Oh, good. I don't think you. Okay. I don't think you are. I don't think you have your voice shared because I can't hear you. It's just my voice. I don't know. I only know that you can do it on your. I only know you can do it on your PlayStation, but I'm not sure if you can do it on the app. Here. Does it have a setting there or no? Okay. Just tell me when you're good and um we'll do a little quick test. Actually, are you by chance connected to the Twitch stream on or Twitch on your PC? I'm sorry. Well, I'll repeat what I said. Are you connected to um the TCR Twitch page on your PC? Okay. Why don't we do it from your? We couldn't figure that bit out to share his voice because he was trying to use the PS app to share, uh, see if we could do something about that, but unfortunately, wasn't necessarily the case. So, um, we'll try to get him and I next time about. But for now, I guess I'll be doing it solo. But yeah, for those who want to know who I am, I'm K997. I will be doing it solo once again for this second round of the Trinity Competitive Racing F1 Series. And this time we are racing at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix, as you can clearly see. It's a 2.7-mile racetrack located in the capital of Canada, Montreal, in the Quebec region. It's a track consisting of 14 turns and 3 DRS zones, one lean into turn 8, and then of course at the back straightaway, lean up towards the final chicane at the Wall of Champions. But yeah, as you can see, qualifying has been going on for quite some time. B-Tom currently is at the top of the timing sheets with a 1 minute 8.9. He was also our winner from last week at Melbourne by quite a handy way of doing it. Pretty much had the Grand Slam as well. Pole position, fast lap, led every lap, and won the race. Right now he's looking quite on form. This is Forzan currently in P2. He was last season's champion from the elite category in TCR. Very quick driver as we have seen in the past. Currently running in P2 with a 1 minute 9.95. Only about less than a hundredth behind B-Tom at the moment. Then you have Remsley in third, followed by Kluka, GTR Line, and then Zionical, the Gunner, Camden, old hippie, I like that name, that's quite funny, Oreo, and Job. That's currently the board at the moment. But yeah, I do, once again, do apologize for the lengthy delay and technical difficulties, but thankfully we have gone going, at least. And actually, I made a mistake as well. I just realized I said the capital is Montreal. It's not. Heads up towards now. It turns 8 and 9. Goes the Sauber. Of course, making his debut for this season as well. Not in the Haas, as I've seen him in the past couple of seasons in TCR. He was in the Haas with Raikkonen, of course, in the Golden Class, and also in the Elite Series last season. As B-Tom improves, actually just by 100th with a 108.977. Not a massive improvement, but still an improvement nonetheless. Let's see here. Remsley up by 0.07 of a second. 7,000, I should say. He is down by 23 thousandths of a second. Had a little bit of a wiggle there, I did notice there at the exit of the hairpin of turn 11. He'll make his way up towards the final chicane of turns 13 and 14. The Wall Champions, where it's claimed quite a bit of significant drop in the past. As he'll head up towards the line. What will the time be for Remsley? It just stays at a 109.1. Does not really improve on his time at all. Stays third fastest. But not far away from pole position, only by a couple of tenths. Yeah, some big names also not in this race as well, as you can clearly see too. No Prof and no Silence. I thought he would be in here. I know he was taking a nap before the race. I'm guessing he must have overslept. Alright, see here, Remsley heading up towards... Oh wait, I forgot, he's just finished his lap. I was just watching. Let's watch this lap then with Kluka. We'll give you a lap guide around Montreal. See how he does around here. Up towards the first turn. Braking just before the 50 board, down to 4th. Keeps in the 4th. Interesting. I don't often see drivers do that. Only turns 1 and 2 are technically a third gear, maybe sometimes a second gear corner. Through the turn 3, 4th, through the right-hander 5, and then into turn 6. Just a bit hard on the brakes, down to 4th, keeping it in 4th again. Interesting. Again, like I said, I don't often see drivers ever do that. Don't have to see drivers go a gear higher some of these corners. Round turns 8 and 9. Again, 5th gear, normally 4th gear. It's in between the 5th gear corner. Up towards another hairpin. He actually has found time, believe it or not. Over a 10th up, but he also locked up going into the hairpin as well. He saw the front left tire smoke a little bit there. Turns on the battery as well. Of course, that's a new thing now. You can mess about with the modes in qualifying as well, especially in the race too. Down to 5th gear through the Wall of Champions. And now down the main straightaway again. DRS wide open. Will he find any time? Yes, he does. But not enough to gain a position. He improves by a 10.5 to a 109.3. Stays 4th quickest. Line, meanwhile, he's, I think he was on a bit of a warm-up lap now. He's got the Williams there. Oh, that's my commentator there. Was that Luke Kluka? No, that was my commentator, Sargent. Oh dear, and he's hit the wall in the process. Oh dear, well, I think he might have impeded him a little bit. Yeah, well, he's also got the Ferrari of Forza right behind. He'll get out of his way. Hopefully Lion's got a bit more fuel in the car. Because, yeah. That was not very good to see there from Lion's perspective. Zionical, meanwhile, currently P6. Camden starting another lap, I believe. Yeah, as he locks up going into turn 2. Kind of funny how it's more noticeable now to see the cars lock up in this game compared to others. Alright, well, B-Tom, last week's race win will start again on his final flying lap for us then, and Remsley will start on their laps as well, and same with Lion. Alright, we'll keep our eyes on our current pole sitter, that is B-Tom, heading up towards turns 3 and 4. Down to 4th gear, keeping it 4th, up to 5th at the exit of turn 4. Around the right-hander 5. Clock says he's up by just over a 10th of a second. Meanwhile, his rival Forzan heading up towards the end of the first sector, and he's up by 83 thousandths. Not a big margin of improvement compared to B-Tom. Ramsley, though, has found about a 10th and a half, so he's looking quite good at the moment. As we head back over to B-Tom, heading up towards the end of the middle sector. Clock says he's found now over 2/10 of a second. How about Forzan? What is his middle sector going to be? He is up by 2/10 as well. Ramsley, can he find it any time in this middle sector too? He's found a 10th and a half. It's going to be quite close, I'd say, between the top two here, between B-Tom and Forzan. B-Tom heading towards the final chicane of the World Champions, down to 4th. Using as much of the limits of the car, of the track there, I should say. Crossing the line, it's only a nearly 3/10 improvement with a 108.6. Does Forzan have enough? No, he does not. He misses out by nearly less than a 10th and a half. Stays second. Ramsley moves up to, stays in third, but moves up to a 108.9. Kluka with a 109.3, and I think that's it for qualifying as well. No one else will be improving. It is B-Tom once again on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, and he's got it by just about a 10th and a half. Very good lap time indeed there by B-Tom. Yeah, found nearly 3/10 overall in that last lap. Forzan, though, probably made a mistake somewhere. They were about even in the middle sector, but just wasn't enough in the final sector but for Forzan to claim pole. Ramsley will start in third, followed by Kluka, Lyons, Zionical, Camden, Speedy Gunner, some old hippie. Sorry if I'm chuckling. Oreo, Job, and, well, my commentator, Sargents, will start in 12th. Yeah, I do apologize though for that. Yeah, that whole lengthy technical difficulties. It's just that we couldn't get Sargent's voice to share through the PSN because, like I said before, he's on PC, and obviously, as you probably would anticipate, I'm on PlayStation. Well, actually, I already said that before. Oh, good! It's another raining race, just like last week. Although it's bucketing, pretty much. I think that's wet weather tires in the Mercedes garage. They probably wish they wouldn't have to deal with this. Well, they're gonna have to now. Now, last week we were supposed to have it in wet weather conditions, but I guess because of some glitch, I can't remember what exactly happened, we decided to restart the lobby, and then for whatever reason all the drivers decided, hey, we're gonna go on intermediates. Or do intermediate conditions, I should say. But anyway, yeah, it is. Actually, no, I see intermediate tires on most of the drivers. Nope, it's only one. It's just B-Tom. Everyone else is on the wets. Interesting. Okay. So we're really going to find out if the intermediates is the better tire or the wets. Right. I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, B-Tom on pole position will be starting the race on the intermediate tire. Forzan will start in P2, and following him is Ramsley, Kluka, Lyon, Zionical, and then Camden, Speed Gunner, Simul Hippie, Oreo, Job, and Sargent. Of course, then once again have to deal with the god-awful spray of this game. Oh my gosh, you can even see how pixelated it is as soon as they go down that back area. It just looks so pixelated. It's like something out of Minecraft. Anyway. Good to see that's still a thing. And we'll be all lined up, getting on the grid. The top three have gone onto their grid slots. We're just waiting on everybody else through the blocky spray of this, these conditions. At least we get the lights. I'll give it that. At least I got a view of the lights this time, not a back camera angle. A short run to the first corner, of course. But B-Tom showed up the racing line. Anyway, here we go. We got 5 red lights for this Canadian Grand Prix, and we are underway for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Nice start there by the Ferrari of Forza, and he got a really good launch off the line there, but compared to B-Tom, and he takes the lead going into turns 1 and 2. Doesn't seem like B-Tom may have had those intermediates work out in his favor there on the start as they make their way up towards turn 3 and 4 as they try to shuffle around in these sort of conditions, these blocky, wet conditions. As we head up towards now turns 5 and 6 and 7 we go. Top 3 looking like they're starting to pull away just a little bit. So far, everyone's gone through relatively alright, as we can see. Sargent has already gained 2 places at the start. Good start there by my co-commentator, who's moved up into 10th position. And we'll back up towards the front. Forza that lead in the way on the wet weather tires. B-Tom, the only driver on the intermediate tires. He's still hanging on there, in fairness. As they now make their way through the hairpin here. Kluka falling a little bit behind. 1.7 seconds. Make that nearly 2 seconds. Over 2 seconds now. Behind Remsley. As we head down towards the back area of the racetrack. Lyon now overtakes Kluka. I'm guessing Kluka might be struggling a little bit in these sort of conditions. He's now been overtaken by GTR Lions. Heading through the chicane now. There, Speedy Gunner as well in the RB. See if he can find a way through. Nothing for him, obviously. He actually wasn't even close enough, as a matter of fact. Top 2, meanwhile, still staying steady. Remsley, though, falling back a little bit between himself and B-Tom. It's 1.3 seconds. Oh, his B-Tom had a little bit of a moment, snapped the car, had to go over the grass. Definitely lost a chunk of time thanks to that mistake. As Zionical gets past Camden. Ooh! I think I saw Camden's car may have gone sideways there. Oh, gee whiz. A little bit of moments there from the McLaren as they head up towards now turn 8. Love the helmet, by the way, from Camden. Looks quite cool. As Sargent now makes up another position. He's up to 9th position. Sargent doing quite well so far in these conditions, I will say, after starting in last. And now he's going to make a move on Camden, down the inside into turn 11. And he's got it done. Very nice. He's looking quite racy here, this Sargent, I'm going to say that. Gunner now overtakes Kluka. The RB now moves up into 5th place. Yeah, Kluka might now have a car that's suitable in these sort of conditions. B-Tom, though, meanwhile, is starting to fall back a little bit from Forzan, as Forzan sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:22.3. Right now, Alpine's occupying 3-4. So far, the top team at the moment in this order. Could score a good healthy amount of points. Definitely know how consistent Remsley and Lyon have been through the times I've, well, raced and watched them. Sargent up to 7th. Oh, Zionical's out of moment, that's why. He's lost it at turn 4. Oh dear, and he's nearly stuck. He nearly got stuck. Joe Bolt's out of moment too, looks like, at turn 3. How's he done it there? That's literally at the midpoint of the corner. That's something I don't often see. I'm thinking B-Tom might be in a bit of trouble here. I think his gamble on the intermediate tires is really not paying off. He's still losing time to Forzan. Alright, up towards the final chicane. Remsley doesn't have enough to close in. Lock up a little bit there from B-Tom. Sideways, of course, at the exit of the corner. That's going to give the Alpine a good run up towards turn 1. B-Tom defends hard, and he puts the car in the right spot. But just does not have enough to get through. Not close enough. What B-Tom's going to have to pray for, really, is for these sort of conditions to... Oh, Kluka's made an error. Oh, he's made a massive error. He's off at turn 2. He gets back on the road, but yeah, He's made a massive error. He went all the way up to the grass at turn 2. And meanwhile, Sargent up to 6. He's having a good race. Up towards turn 11 we go. There's Forzan there in the distance. They're 3 seconds up the road from the Mercedes of B-Tom. Yeah, B-Tom just not having the pace at the moment on those tires. Just needs to get these conditions to be a little bit lighter for him. And again, another sideways moment at the exit of the chicane, and another fastest lap as well for Forzan with a 22.1. Oreo gets a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. He's also another driver. Game penalties along with the man on the screen, Gunner, Speedy Gunner, who's actually starting to reel in line, it looks like. He's not that far away, I'll be completely honest. Joe gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Up towards turn 8 we go. Ramsley not quite close enough. These two and plus some old guy in Camden are the only closest battles right now we've got on track. Yeah, oh my goodness me. Probably my guess is Tom's tires are starting to feel a bit of wear. Maybe they're starting to overheat in some sort. Look at the run that the Alpine gets. Just doesn't have enough, though, to get by. You just can't really find a way through against B-Tom. Forzan another fastest lap of 1:21.7. He's looking like he's in a class of his own up at the front. Oh, that's contact. Definitely some contact between Rensley and B-Tom. Good chance that Rensley might have picked up a bit of minor damage to his car. Meanwhile, though, some old hippie, sorry, right on the back of Camden. Sauber versus Red Bull. Oh, geez, I think I saw Camden doing a little bit of rallycross there at the exit of that corner of turn 4. There's Sargent as well in the Williams. Kind of a fitting car for him to be in, considering that his name is Sargent. Well, currently at the moment we still have Logan Sargent still in the Williams, but won't be the case next season, unfortunately. And that is Job going off the road there at turn 3. Once again, he's done it in the same area, mid-apex into the corner. I don't know why we have those blinking caution graphics there. That's a bit weird. Yeah, it was just signaling that Job's car was still stuck there, but finally he's got the car going again. Meanwhile, these two still squabbling away. Remsley, though, losing a little bit of time now to B-Tom. Actually, B-Tom is going quick. Actually, the conditions have lined up a little bit. So maybe there's a good chance that actually this might play into Tom's hands, B-Tom's hands. We'll see what his middle sector is. Does he have a purple middle sector? He does. He's going quick in this lap compared to Forzan. Matter of fact, I think he's gained about half a second on this lap. Keep your eyes on the lap data as some old hippie gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. 3.8 seconds is the margin. Oh my! Forzan's car went sideways at the exit of the chicane. 1:22.2. Fastest lap for B-Tom, a 21.1. So he's about 1.1 seconds a lap quicker on that lap. Yeah, he's gained about 1.1 seconds on that lap. Yeah, so the conditions are starting to favor now more towards the intermediates. I think B-Tom's literally fooled everybody is what's happened here. Because, I mean, like, I've got no idea, like, what's going to be going on with the rain. Like, I have no idea if it's going to be heavy. I don't know if it's going to be light. Unfortunately, I wish I had that as a commentator, but I don't. The only way I would know is if drivers would tell me through the stream. But, yeah, it looks like B-Tom has really pulled off something as far as tricking everybody to be on the wet weather tires. He knew the conditions were going to be lighter. Yeah, he's gained about nearly another second on this lap. 2.7 seconds. Oh, he nearly lost it there. This lap, 21.6 from Forzan. And on this lap, a 21.0. He's gained about 6/10 on that lap. That also earned up another fastest lap. As Ramsey goes in, he's going to go onto the intermediate tire. So he doesn't want to stick on those tires any longer. He'll come out, I believe, just behind Sargent. He should come out in front. Oh no, he'll be right next to him. He'll get... Now he gets by Sargent. There you go. He now goes through. Alright, so he gets by Sargent. But yeah, everyone that's on the wets, well, they're going to be struggling big time. .3 he's gained on the middle sector on this lap. Forzan is definitely in trouble. Yeah, because at this point, the wet weather tires are definitely going to be overheating. And now he's gone into the pits. He's given up any further. So he's into the pits to go into the intermediates and B-Tom takes the lead of the race. An absolute masterclass strategy so far from B-Tom. That was a perfect strategy by him. I think that's Ionical that just came out right behind Forzan. Yeah, they're just coming out of the pits. So Forzan's gap now is 13.2, but bear in mind Forzan is on fresher tires. Camden continues to stay out. He'll come out right behind the Aston Martin, though, of Joe, who gets out of the way. Good job by him. Ooh, that might have distracted him. That's why he lost the car a little bit. This is where everyone stands at the moment. I'll put this up for now, because we do have mixed tires out there. So Camden, Stumbled Hippie, Oreo, and Kluko are the only ones on the wets. Everyone else is now on new intermediates, apart from B-Tom, who started the race on the intermediate tires. Yellow flags are out, and that's Job again in the Aston Martin. And there's Sargent, and he's right behind Oreo. He just pitted for new intermediate tires as well. Yeah, Sargent should be quicker. B-Tom sets another fastest lap, a 1:20.5 on that lap. Gets around the outside, and yeah, Oreo doesn't really fight him. Forzan sets a fast lap as well, 1:19.6. I think there was a McLaren in the middle of the road there, if I'm totally fair about that. I was going to say totally fair about it, but I don't know why I would say that. But anyway, that was Ionical. That was in the middle of the corner. Some old hippie is out. He is retired in the pits, I believe. Has he? Yes, he has. As Kluka goes into the pits, Ionical gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Alright, so now we're starting to see a bit of difference here between the old intermediates and the new intermediates. Because Forzan definitely is looking quite quicker now on this lap, or on these last couple laps, I should say. Ramsley about 8.7 behind. Oh, some old hippie was gonna go into the mediums. Oh, what did he screw up, or did the game screw him? Yeah, it could have been one of the two. Forzan another fast lap, 1:18.5. He's going about over a second quicker so far than B-Tom on those fresher tires. Anyway, we'll put that away. The only one we know that's on the wets is still Hoyer. He's still trying to hang on there, but really doubt that he's going to be hanging on for much longer on those wet tires. Because right now those tires would be overheating like crazy. Yeah, because wet weather tires need a lot of water to get into the tire. And, well, right now, not the case, as you can clearly see by these conditions. Will there be a chance of maybe some drier conditions? We'll wait and see. Still got a bit of ways to go. B-Tom still leads. He leads by 9.3 seconds. Still trying to hang on against the Ferrari of Forzan. Set to 1 yellows. That's again the Aston Martin of Job. He's at another moment. Forzan about to cross the line. Sets another fast lap. It does an 18.3. And some old hippies left the session. Ramsey gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Not a great sign for him. If it's a safety car, he'd be a bit screwed. You better hope for no late safety cars to come out. And he's parked on the track, or on the grass, I should say, is the Aston Martin. That's why we're seeing a bunch of yellows come out. Might not be having the best of times so far. Oh, lock up there from Forzan. You see how he had to correct the car a little bit there into the hairpin. Now you can see how like B-Tom is like off the racing line, because that's the dry line obviously, or at least the somewhat of the drier line. Why he was doing that is so he can cool the tires as best he can. Because I've actually learned in this game, you really do need to cool the tires to the best of your ability. These intermediates and wet weather tires. Without that, the tires will overheat like crazy if you're, let's say, on the racing line. Sargent picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. Meanwhile, currently doing a solid job, I'd say, occupying P6. Everyone right now is just well spread out at the moment. Lion, though, is gonna probably have Speedy Gunner for company soon. The RB is closing in. Gap right now is about 1.3 seconds separating those two. More yellow flags out. I think that might have been for Joe. Well, the yellow flags are right about where Kluger was. Yeah, there's the RB closing in. Meanwhile, the Mercedes still holding on to the lead. He'll probably be pitting soon, I imagine, to get on new intermediates as Forzan sets another fastest lap. Now Remsley has taken that honor. Does an 17.8. .1 seconds though between Lion and Gunner. That's the gap right now between those two for 4th place. But Lion doesn't have a penalty, but Speedy Gunner does have a penalty. I think if I'm correct. They all have 3 seconds, apart from 2, that being Oreo and Job. But everyone else that has penalties besides Oreo and Job have got 3 seconds. 7.4 seconds. Whoa, my God. Speedy Gunner lost the car nearly a bit. Lost the back end mainly, as they had around turn 5. Sometimes that can be a bit of a frightening corner in these sort of conditions if you are not careful. Yeah, you can see the gap right now between Forza and B-Tom is decreasing. 18.4 from B-Tom and a 17.4 from Forza. That's also another fastest lap. He's gained about nearly a second a lap, is Forza, compared to B-Tom. B-Tom, though, will be pitting again, I imagine. Although he has found time in that first sector, crazy enough. How long has he been on those tires? About 15 laps? Yeah, 15 laps. Well, yeah, of course, he's been on those tires since the start of the race. Zionical 3-second penalty. I mean, it's possible to go to the end on the same tire, but I think it'd be a bit too risky to do in the conditions that are starting to lighten up. It actually looks like it's starting to lighten up a little bit now. But yeah, it's still like super slick, super shiny. Yeah, well, and moist pretty much. Oil back in. He's on the medium tire. Why? I mean, it's not really time to go on those slicks just yet. It's still too early. 17.8, 17.4 from Forza. He's gained about 4 tenths on that lap to B-Tom. B-Tom's still hanging on, in fairness, on those old tires. There probably will be a period where Forza will have to, or not have to, might regress to the same pace as B-Tom. Right now, he's not necessarily gaining too much. He would have to close on my rapid rate of knots if he wants to get the win, but right now that's looking quite far for him to reach. As Sargent goes into the pits, he's on the mediums as well. So like Oreo, he's taking the same gamble, but still I find it a bit too early. That's Job causing the yellow flags, if you're wondering. Oh, jeez. And it's actually stopped raining as well. Actually just stopped raining at the nick of time. Sargent actually read that perfectly then. And B-Tom will go onto the medium tire, and so will his rival Forza. Although, no! It's not the mediums, it's the hard compound tire. Wow. Well, I thought he would have gone to the mediums like everyone else has been doing. Ramsey too as well goes on the hards. Okay. So definitely mixed strategies. Both Williams on the mediums. One McLaren on the mediums and one on the hards. That's Oreo going down the inside of Kluka. Oh, around turn 7. Nearly loses the back end. He gets through. As DRS is now enabled. Speedy Gunner onto a set of mediums. Lion onto a set of hards. Oh, God. Yeah, Lion nearly losing it there. The exit of the pit lane. Of course, those tires definitely will be cold. Need to get those tires up to temperature. Job is retired from the session as well. Probably my guess is that B-Tom obviously will be... What's up with Forzan? What's he doing? Has he had a moment? He's lost 3 seconds in that one corner alone. What happened to Forzan there? There's a car in front of him as well. That's a lapped car. I think that's Kluka that's in front of him. Yeah, it is. Well, he needs to get out of the way. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Forzan. He must have lost it. And there goes the Aston Martin there, Job. There you go, finally gets out of the way. He definitely must have had a moment somewhere. We'll get rid of the lap data now. We pretty much know where everyone's at now. Now in terms of the strategies, but yeah, Beatom taking a more aggressive strategy. Forzan, obviously, he's playing the long game. Trying to go to the end of the hard compound tire. As Ionical has retired as well. So that's now 3 retirements in this race. All of them been voluntarily. No one has crashed or caused a safety car, nothing. It's just been, yeah, that. I think 3rd and 4th are pretty much set where they are. Beatom sets fastest lap, not surprised considering he's on slick tires. Although Forzan, he's actually counted that quite well, a 15.9. I mean, he did get a healthy hand of DRS from Oreo. Ramsley sets a fast lap as well, 15.4 from him. So I'm guessing that maybe the hards are somewhat the way to go. I'm not sure, because Forzan actually caught the gap back up a little bit. It's now 5.5 seconds. As there's a moment there from Williams. And unsurprisingly, it's Kluka making another moment. This time at turn 7, he's had that moment. Not only that, he's also lost his end plate on the left-hand side. So he'll have to go back into the pits and get a new front wing. Not been the most entertaining race, in fairness. It's been sort of stagnant here and there. First lap didn't have much drama. Just a bit of positions gained here and there, but that's about it. But otherwise, it's been pretty much a game of strategy. Forzan, another fastest lap, a 14.8. Put up the telemetry just to give you an idea where they're at. Whoa, Beatom, gee whiz. Don't bend the car there. So he's got 45% as Forzan. Beatom's got 69. We'll make that over 70% now. There's Ramsley there in the Alpine, currently 10.2 seconds behind Forzan. He is a long, long way behind, but then there's his teammate who is 25 seconds behind his teammate. Yeah, it's just been a very big gaps so far in this race. Yeah, only about 12 people showed up for this race too. Bit of a disappointment because I thought there'd be more people showing up by now. Because honestly, like we've had, I mean, I get this game is bad and everything, and I don't blame anyone that doesn't like this game. But when I looked at the grid, I mean, it looked like a pretty solid grid. There was only one team in this whole grid that didn't have any drivers, and that was Red Bull. Otherwise, could have been like a season to have a good-sized grid, but so far, first 2 races have not necessarily lived up to its hype. Sargent, meanwhile, is closing in on Speedy Gunner. The gap right now is a second, separating the two. Even though he's supposed to be commentating, I know that we were having technical problems, or technical difficulties with trying to get his audio shared. It's just unfortunately because PS app does not have a voice share, is why he couldn't do it, or why we couldn't get him in the commentary box. So for next race, we'll try to get him to do the mainstream, and then obviously I'll probably just be thereabouts, just talking with him and whatnot, instead of me just streaming it. Baton fast lap 12.9. He's currently 5.4 seconds ahead of Forzan at the moment. Yeah, Sargent could get a top 5 finish. That'd be a really good effort by the Williams driver, considering where he even started too. He was in last when we started qualifying. But yeah, he's actually been doing very, very well. Top 2 still 5.5 seconds. Remsley just 10.2. Just has not changed at all. Lucas, that's fast slap there. 1:12.5, I believe that was. 12.2, sorry. Yeah, of course he did that on the soft tire. Lion not locking up there going into turn 7. Turn 8, 6, sorry. Forzan was ghosted a little bit there. What if he had a small moment? Audio still does that thing where even after your car, the car that you're watching passes by, it still gets the audio of the other cars that pass by. Good to hear that's still a thing. Speed Gunner, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. He's now got 6 seconds to his name. And a whole heap of pressure from Sargent. Closing in on the RB. Gap right now is just under 3/10. He might get the better advantage going into this next DRS straight. Got overtake on, but he does not have much battery. Not compared to Speedy Gunner, in fairness. He's got more battery to play with. Oh, can't do anything there. He got caught in the dirty air, it looked like, going to the chicane. The end of the wake of the dirty air from the car in front. That's Oreo causing yellows. He's had a bit of a moment there at turn 7. Meanwhile, up at the front, Forzan is about 6 seconds behind Beatom. Back up to this spot. Oh, Sargent! Gee whiz. He nearly pulled off a Sargent. Thankfully, he didn't put it into the wall. But he has lost a significant amount of time. Thanks to that. 1.3 seconds is the margin. There is his teammate Kluka, who is, well, shall we say, way far down. He's 16 seconds behind the next car. Oreo's coming to the pits. He must have sustained some damage, I'm imagining. Yep. Nope. It's new tires. Sorry. No damage. That means Kluka will come out in front of him. Well, his teammate nearly has a moment there. That's your two. That's the only battle we've got so far. That's a lock up there from GTR Lion. Whew. Bit of a moment there as well from Speedy Gunner. The RB now into the clutches of the Williams again. And through the chicane. think Sargent might have a go here down the DRS straight coming up at the exit of turn 12. In the slipstream, DRS open. This should be straightforward. Yep, Speedy Gunner doesn't fight that. Lives to fight another day. But Sargent, though, moves up into the top 5. He's had a very good race so far. At least moving up positions. He definitely will be driver of the day for sure. From where he started, after starting at 12th, could be finishing in 5th. As long as he keeps his car on the road. That's obviously the main thing. Meanwhile, though, up towards the front, B-Tom still leads the way, 5.3 seconds. He better have managed those tires good to the best of his ability, B-Tom. Otherwise, in the closing stages, we could see maybe Forzan be in the mix. Oh, that's him pushing the limits right there. You saw how close he was to the wall. I love seeing those camera angles. Just see how up close the cars get to the cameras. It looks quite amazing. Just really shows you how much they're pushing these cars. Kluka, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings, and more yellow flags, and that is Kluka. Oh, is it? No, wait, is it Kluka? That spun? No, it's Sargent. Sargent spun. He spun at turn 3 and 4. Does he have a broken front wing as well? Or broken end plates? Camden's now all over the clutches of him. Oh, he's got no end plate on either side. Yeah, he'll be struggling with downforce. Definitely. Oh, that's a big, big shame for Sargent. He was looking at a top 5 finish. I said all he had to do was just keep the car on the road and not make a mistake. And, well, unfortunately, he made a mistake at turns 3 and 4. See if he goes into the pits. Maybe just try to go for fastest lap. Yep, he'll go in. And his teammate goes in as well. So the Williams are both going to double stack. While also being another lap down. I think Kluka will be 2 laps down. Sargent will be 1 lap down. I don't think I would have imagined anyone being a lap down in a 12-person race. But there we are. And there goes the Williams out of his pit box and onto the racetrack. So Sargent will go for fastest lap. Same with Oreo and same with Kluka. Yeah, Sargent had a really good race until that moment. Whoa! Forzan! Man, he is pushing. He is pushing hard. Saw him lose the rear there at the exit of turn 9 and locked up in the process. Now, of course, these cars do not have ABS or traction control, as they have been that way since 2008. No driver aids or anything like that. 90s were a bit the same way, and then the FI, I think I remember like in the late 90s, they were like, yeah, the cars that we've had recently have gone a little bit too fast and a bit too aggressive for some drivers. Oh, that's Lion making a mistake. He has made a mistake. Turn 7, he made a mistake, and that's allowed Speedy Gunner to go through. Any damage to the car? No, not from what I can see. Line's alright, but yeah, he's going to have to get that position back. He should be able to regardless. If he doesn't make another mistake. Now all of a sudden the midfield's become a race of attrition. Who can screw up the less? I'll be back in just a second. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I just had to step out just for a brief moment. Alright. So we got 4 more laps to go in this race. Forzan right now, 3.5 seconds behind our leader. And Lion now goes back through ahead of Gunner. He now moves back into 4th. Should pretty much just stay where he is. I'm not sure if there's any point. Well, unless the drivers want to do interviews, I'm not sure if there's really any point to, because really it's just been, gee, Forzan. Now's not the time to bin it. Yeah, he's pushing, but he may be pushing a little bit too hard. Ah, gee whiz. Yeah, you saw how he just nearly pinned it there at the final chicane. Three and a half seconds behind our current race leader. We'll maybe looking on course for another race win. This beats Tom. Oh, and Remsley spun! He's made a mistake, and here comes the Williams of Sargent to go through. Or is that Kluka? I'm not sure. No, that was Kluka. Oh, that was Sargent. Doesn't matter about that little spin anyway. Remsley's too far away from his teammate to worry about him. Alright, 2 laps to go. If Forzan wants to win this race, he really needs to pull off a miracle in these last 2 laps. Maybe pray for Beaton to make a mistake. Right now, that hasn't been the case. I think Sargent's made a mistake. Geez, everyone's just losing all by themselves. Not really by any intention, it's just by themselves. We got 3.2 the margin between B-Tom and Forzan. And another mistake again from one of the Williams cars. And I'm gonna guess that was Sargent, I believe, that made another mistake. There's Camden. We might be soon seeing 6 cars being almost the top 6 being lapped, or 4 cars being lapped. I think that's what I meant to say. Top 5 are the only cars that have not been lapped, or close to being lapped, I should say. All right. Well, anyway, we're on the final lap of the race. I don't think B-Tom's got, or sorry, I don't think Forzan's got any more left in the tank. He really just now has to pray for B-Tom to make a mistake, or for him to get a puncture, which I think is highly unlikely, despite his tires being significantly old. Yellow flags. Is that? Oh, it's Forzan. He's pushed too hard. He's pushed way too hard, and he's spun. Made a mistake at turn 7, and he's cost himself another 5 seconds. Well, that just gave B-Tom a bit more breathing room, and, well, I mean, doesn't matter anyway. He's got about 2 more quarters left anyway in this race. Alright, well, B-Tom from pole position once again. Had a bit of a master stroke on strategy, starting the intermediate tires, and it's paid off. He'll take the win here in Montreal. Wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Forzan's going to come home in second position, and he puts himself in the wall in pure frustration. Just pushing way, way too hard to try to catch up to B-Tom, but him pushing too hard caught the best of him. Remsley will take home a lonely third place, but still a podium nonetheless. I'm sure he'll be somewhat happy with that, but probably not happy with him being so far behind the leaders. His teammate will come home in fourth. Oreo's also finished the race too. He was one of the cars that was a lap down. This Sargent just wiggling the car around. Kluka will finish in 9th position. Sargent will finish in 7th. I'm sure he's just happy just to finish the race. There you go. Lion finishes in 4th. Speedy Gunner finishes in 5th. And puts himself on the wall in frustration. And Camden rounds it all off. That was the last of the cars on the lead lap to finish. But yep, another win for B-Tom. Sargent gets driver of the day. How does there's so much space on that bottom graphic from his name and then everything else. A backflip there for B-Tom. That's one way of celebrating. Yeah. B-Tom pretty much wins it again here in Canada and in the F1 series. Well, give me the unofficial results. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I won't get the results. Well, that's a shame. Oh, jeez. I gotta turn off the EA tracks. Whoops. Hang on. Give me a second on that. I'm sorry about that. I don't want us to get copyrighted. Wait. EA music. Thing. There we go. That's better. Whew. Good. Actually, I think I might have just turned off the music, but that's fine. I don't even like the EA tracks anyway. Right. Well, I guess I'll get my phone into the comms don't join chat. And, yeah, we'll discuss what went on in the race. I'll make sure I'm on change output. Speaker. I should have got me on speaker now. Perfect. Alright, B-Tom, can you hear me? Excuse me. Can you hear me? Maybe it's not fully in just yet. Yeah, I'm on speaker. Oh, I guess we're gonna do PS because I guess Forza I wanted to do there. So, I'm gonna move over to PS then real quick. Oh, wait. Never mind. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyway, can you two hear me real quickly? Just so I have an audio check. Forzan or B-Tom? Oh, hang on. What? Hang on. Why can't I? Why can't I hear you on speaker? There we go. Now I can hear you. All right, try again. One more time. Okay, perfect. No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to make sure I can hear you two just fine. Anyway, I'll go and start the interviews. I'll first start off with Forzan. Forzan, tough day, unfortunately, finishing P2, but apparently you weren't necessarily happy with it. I mean, yeah, you had some struggles out there. You were pushing quite hard, but can you tell me exactly what was up?
Well, the thing that happened was me and B-Farm was coming around to lap Kluka, and he spun when I overtook him, so I got an illegal overtake and lost like 3 to 4 seconds from it. So, yeah, and that was the time that I needed to catch B-Farm before the end of the race, so never really been so robbed before. And then my car just started acting weird as hell, so I just gave up halfway through the stint because I knew I wasn't going to catch him and be able to pass him. So, but I wasn't even pushing and my car was like over-rotating. The rear was like on, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, because I was wondering what was up because I was gonna get to that. I noticed that you lost about like 4 seconds or something like that after turn 12, and I thought maybe you made a mistake. But now that, okay, well, now I know. But no, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry that happened. But yeah, you look like you were trying to push the limits after that because I noticed quite a bit. Well, you were close to hitting the wall a couple of times, and well, unfortunately, there was one bit you spun on the final lap, and well, that pretty much was the icing on the cake.
I have no clue what happened there. Like, I was barely on the throttle, and I just shifted up, and it just went.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't get about this game. Like, the traction is just so weird.
Oh, no, I don't blame you on that. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm pretty sure not everyone else is either. But anyway, goodness me. Where are we at next week? I forget. I haven't looked at the calendars quite yet. Where? Belgium? Oh no, we're in Monaco. That's right, we're in Monaco. How do you think you'll do around Monaco?
I mean, I've always been. I've had the world record at Monaco before, so I'm hoping. But it's been years since I like. Pretty much no league ever runs that track on a league racing schedule, so I haven't like driven it in years, to be honest. But yeah, I'm hoping to do well. It's my favorite track on the calendar, so yeah. I just want to say, if you're about to end the interview, I just want to say congrats to B-Fam. I think you won the race because you started on the Inter, so I completely forgot about the busted wet weather on this game, because starting on the Inters in those conditions shouldn't really be possible, but yeah. Congrats. You made the right strategy call, so.
Yeah, you definitely, for sure. Definitely pull off a bit of a classy strategy there. But yeah, well, good luck to you then for next week. Hopefully, for your sake, a little bit of redemption as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we'll move on to our race winner then, B-Tom. Another race win notched in your belts. And both pulled off a masterclass sort of strategy. We're starting on the intermediate tires and, well, having good consistent pace as well to hold off. Tell me through it.
Yeah, so I knew first, like, I don't know how many laps, but I knew like the opening stage of the race is going to be pretty sketchy starting on the inters.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the track was drying out, and I figured it'd be quicker to just stay on them and take some pain early on in order to not make a stop. But it was a bit of a gamble. Pretty much non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked out, and then it looked like myself, Forzen, and Rumsley all made the switch to slicks at the same time. They went on the hards, I went on the mediums. Pretty much the only reason why I went on the mediums, because the tire warm-up on the hards usually isn't pretty good. So combine that with the cold track, and it's not particularly good. But turns out the warm-up on the mediums was not good either. There were a couple times where like I was just getting on throttle and the car just almost went on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost some time in that stage. Well, once the tires got up to temperature, there's probably like 3 or 4 laps where I was quicker than Forzen, and then they were past their prime. So at that point, the hards were quicker. In a normal race, you would always go for the hards if you had to pit at that point in the race, just because the hards are a better race tire around here. But yeah, I was pretty much betting on the drying conditions, making the mediums significantly quicker than the hards, but they really weren't in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So similar to Forza, I was having some issues with the car just like snapping pretty randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially through like some of the chicanes. There's like one lap where I nearly just like stacked it in the wall at turn, I think 3 or 4. The chicane where Seb went off.
Yeah,
the rear end just went, and I was like, yeah, I was like head on with the wall. Yeah, so it wasn't particularly nice to drive around here, but managed to win in the end, so can't complain.
Yeah, but pretty much after that, yeah, you were just looking like you were pretty much in control of the race. I mean, despite maybe a little bit of bad luck from Forzen, which is unfortunate, but otherwise you looked like you were in complete control. Like, were you at any point worried about Forzen, like in the closing stages of the race?
No, not really. I knew he would be quicker towards the end because the mediums drop off pretty quickly here, but I knew I had a decent gap just based on taking that gamble on the enters and not paying off. So I just took it easy. Didn't want to have like a snap and not catch it in time and just like ruin a pretty much nailed on race win. So I saw the gap was coming down, but I didn't really bother with pushing because I knew at the rate he was catching it, it wouldn't be enough. So.
And how will you feel about going into Monaco? Obviously, we know it's a driver's track, but obviously very, very difficult to overtake.
I don't know. I mean, Monaco's kind of been hit or miss for me. On some games, it's nice to drive. On this one, it's not at all. So it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be short quali. I know it's supposed to be full quali, but we've had pretty poor attendance, so that'll mix things up somewhat. I think it's easier to get up to speed and that like your I guess like what you could. I don't even know how to put this, man. I'm having a brain fart. I guess like you get as close to your potential as you can in full quali, just because you do more laps and get more comfortable. Whereas in short quali, it's kind of condensed.
Yeah.
So that makes it somewhat higher stakes, but at the same time, I think it'll be interesting. For sure, there will be like a safety car or two if we have a similar level of attendance, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed. But congratulations on your race win. Yeah, congratulations to Remsley. I know he's not in here for the interviews, but congratulations on P3 as well. And of course to you two for your top 2 finishes. And yeah, I think we'll wrap it all up then. So till then, I have been KD1997. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time at the at the Circuit de Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix.